Hello out there in the crypto world with DeFi IoT Latin America. Happy New Year. Hope everybody had a good new year. I know that I'm another year older. I don't feel old. I feel good, young at heart, and really eager and hopeful about our future, especially in the crypto and blockchain world. Hey, look, we want to share some with you starting out the new year where we are heavily invested in most of our portfolio, and we're going to more heavily invest, and why and how you can get involved. Won't be a long video. We're going to start the new year. We're kind of winding down here and getting ready to jump off, going to this next week and really start giving some really good detail and very basic form. DeFi IoT Latin America. Let's go in and talk a little bit about where we're going to invest heavily this year and where you can too. It's easy to get into. Before we begin, I need to make a disclaimer. Here at DeFi IoT Latin America, we are not professional financial advisors, or are we paid by any company to promote certain products. We here at DeFi IoT Latin America, we invest our own money. We take our own risks. We learn, we make mistakes, and we share what we learn, our successes and our mistakes with you. So this video is for educational purposes only. If you like what we're doing, please subscribe, hit the bell, give us a thumbs up, and write to us what more you'd like to learn. Let's go in now and see what else we can share with you. Jumping right into it. You know, everybody talks about Bitcoin and Ethereum, Solana, and even Polkadot, but we are really heavy on Polkadot. You know, we've done our homework, and we think Polkadot, what it offers, is really a lot of flexibility that's going to allow what is coming a great solution. Now, remember something. When we look for an investment, we look for solutions to current problems and upcoming problems, what that business idea, that business model is going to solve. And then we have to be reasonable on it to where we think it's going to solve it short-term, midterm, meaning now in the first year, or 3 to 5 years, or 5 years and beyond, being long-term, right? Where we are heavily focused now in our portfolio, and where we're going to actually focus more going into this year, is in the Polkadot blockchain. We really are in love with Polkadot. I say that in the terms of business. Let's take a look at something. Look at the screen here. Polkadot. Let's look at this light paper. This is basically an introduction overview. I want to read a few things to you why we like Polkadot. First of all, Polkadot basically, in summary, is this right here sums it up. It's less trust and more truth. When we're saying it's trustless, that means that we shouldn't have to trust somebody with our data or trust somebody with our money like we do the banks, right? When it's trustless, I don't have to give trust. It means I have control of it. I have power over it. Or it's so decentralized that it is so trustworthy that I don't have to worry about it nearly as much, okay? That's what trustless means. So when we're talking about less trust, meaning that we have to worry less or be concerned less or give that confidence to a third party or another entity, like a bank institution, and we have more truth. In other words, it's transparent, and we can see exactly what's taking place on that blockchain or within that organization. So in summary, they start off talking about that very topic. Then we come into Polkadot. What is Polkadot? Polkadot's next generation blockchain protocol, and we believe it is next generation, that unites the entire network of purpose-built blockchains. So in other words, when we have blockchains that are purpose-built, as they have a solution to them, there's an entire network of all these blockchains. So let's just look at this like a whole bunch of tubes all lined up together, right? You got this whole entire network. What Polkadot's going to do is kind of wrap that whole network and make that interchangeable with like your tokens. You can move things across. It's going to allow you the best of all worlds of those blockchains. Right now, what do you have? You have like Ethereum. Let's take Ethereum. Bitcoin. Bitcoin, you have a blockchain that's slow, but it's very, very trustless in the fact that it's of a higher confidence and it's very transparent. But each block is like every 10 minutes. Then you jump to Ethereum, which is much faster, but it goes from proof of work, which is the mining. Everybody complains about the energy being consumed, to proof of stake, where now you're having people or stakeholders. So basically, people with money actually have a better advantage, and therefore it's not as decentralized. Proof staking is not all that bad. There are worse scenarios at being completely centralized under one entity, but you still got to be careful when you're looking at that for an investment. So what do we look at? We're looking at things that are decentralized, that have a good solution, that have a market capitalization that's over like $25 million, and it shows that there is, there's some stability there. And we look at who's the underlying founders and or the heads that are calling the shots to organize this, that brought this online and put this into this smart contract or in this protocol that can't be changed. Unless we as the people who buy into Polkadot coin, we actually vote on that and use it to 67% vote that actually sways then a change in the protocol or the smart contract. There's no other way it can be changed. Just the heads of a company cannot change that. Now we look at also to see if those heads of the company or the company owners or the founders of the blockchain hold a lot of the actual coins or tokens. If they hold a great majority, let's say they're in a 40% or above, we also stay shy of that because then they can get somebody else who comes in and buys 5% and 6% and take 51% majority of tokens. Now, if you're looking at a blockchain that needs a 67% protocol for a vote, then you're a little bit safer if they got 40%, right? So that's where your voting is. But your swaying for your tokens also can, when you're staking, can come in that 51% margin. We look at all this. We weigh this out where things can be changed at. If it's in that high 60s category, like 2/3, one better than 2/3, or if it's 1/2. We look at that. 1/2 is okay, but it has to actually show that the actual founders and the organizers have a lower percentage of those tokens. Now, let's jump into Polkadot. Why do we like Polkadot? So let me read it here. Polkadot is a next generation blockchain protocol that unites entire network purpose-built blockchains, allowing them to operate seamlessly together at scale. Ethereum has great benefits. However, Ethereum is very expensive getting in and getting out of that blockchain. Think if you could have something like Polkadot that allows you to change a Polkadot token or a Cardano token or a Solana token, you can move that across to Ethereum and avoid all those serious payments that you have to go in and out of each blockchain. There's fees for that, right? What if we could just move across and didn't have all those serious fees? We made it much lower. So Polkadot has a lower fee scale. So if I could go in and out of these, get the best of all worlds at this lower cost. Well, that's basically, in summary, I know there's others can explain it much better than this, but basically what Polkadot offers. So it's a great solution, being that we have blockchain growing with a metaverse coming and being not just digital, but also have blockchain in there, crypto market. You're going to have a growth in blockchain industries. Just in 2022 alone, you're going to have apparently 500 new games on the metaverse. Some are going to be, to pay to play. I don't know, not just pay to play, but some are going to be play to pay. In other words, you get paid for playing, and there's others that will grow in a market aspect of it, the real estate aspect. There's so much more that will grow. Remember, we talked about the data issue was going to be there, and we like the SC Prime decentralized databases for gathering this data and holding data in businesses and in marketing ideas in these new markets, these emerging markets. Well, Metaverse can play a role in that. Now, what do we like Polkadot? Polkadot can then allow a cross-chain type of an advantage, right? So let's read this. Allowing Polkadot to operate seamlessly together at a scale. In other words, at a quick time. And it's transparent and it's measurable, right? Because Polkadot allows any type of data to be sent between any type of blockchain, it unlocks a wide range of real-world cases. By bringing together the best features from multiple specialized blockchains, Polkadot paves a way for a new decentralized marketplace to emerge, offering fairer ways to access services through a variety of apps and providers. While blockchains have demonstrated great promise in several fields, Internet of Things, IoT, finance, governance, identity management, web decentralization, and asset tracking, just to name a few, design limitations in previous systems have largely hindered large-scale adoption. Polkadot's design
offers several distinct advantages over existing and legacy networks, including heterogeneous sharding, scalability, upgradability, transparent governance, and cross-chain composability. And all that's probably Greek to most of us out there. But in short summary, what's the solution Polkadot offers? It offers that we can move from chain to chain to chain seamlessly. Okay, that is a great solution. So we like Polkadot. Now, here's what we like about Polkadot too. Let's jump in. It's called the Parachains. What's a parachain? Well, let's jump into, let's see, I got this in English here, I think, too. Here we go. Parachains are custom project-specific blockchains that are integrated within Polkadot. Now, Polkadot, for the most part, is leading the way in this. Polkadot is leading the way in parachains. But pay attention to what a parachain is, because this is the opportunity that you can get in a Polkadot. It's still not very expensive to get into, and you can hold Polkadot. You can stake in Polkadot, depends on how much money you want to put in. But you can also get into parachains that are brand new companies coming out, and basically what they do is they piggyback the one algorithm. Instead of creating another algorithm, and then they have, or another blockchain, and they have to be seamed together, you can actually jump in Polkadots, and you actually benefit Polkadot with what you provide, and you're your own entity, but you're on the Polkadot algorithm, and so Polkadot then gets its strength, and then strengthens from these other ideas of the projects that come into them. So if Polkadot has a weakness in it, it can be fixed by a parachain coming in. Much easier than Ethereum is having to do when they're injecting like the 2.0 and so forth. These are forks, and forks are hard. Forks sometimes cause division in a token. This is a much smoother way to make adaptations to future necessities or unforeseen problems. Parachains. And parachains offer the same ability of tokens that you can get involved with, and you can earn money for investing in them. And you can get into them for a cent, less than a cent, pennies on the dollar, 20 cents, 50 cents, a dollar, a couple dollars. It all depends on where that parachain is. And sometimes they're developed and they want to jump in. Now, there's an auction, or in other words, we the people decide whether we want that to be a parachain in Polkadot or not. And we decide by actually staking Polkadot or Kusama tokens, and we allow that to then stay there for a time, usually a couple years, 96 weeks, I think it is. And we allow that to stay there, showing we like this. And so then Polkadot says, okay, you're now a parachain. But if the company or the idea doesn't qualify by us as a community, it doesn't get put on. So once we're familiar with these things, we get into good ideas. And this idea we see as a solution, we can buy into it when it's still really low price, and then grow with it as it grows, and it causes Polkadot to grow. So we earn twice. If we're staking Polkadot to help that new idea, then we also get back from that new idea their tokens, and we have our Polkadot stake. So if that idea doesn't flourish or doesn't turn out, we have our Polkadot still there, and we get our Polkadot back. So that if Polkadot still grows in value, we gain more than we actually put in. So it's almost like this. I'm not going to say risk-free. There are risks there to it, but it's like a secure way that we as a community decide we like this, we're going to get involved with this, and if you fail, we're not completely lost of our income that we have staked, right? There are some areas that you can have losses. It all depends on what they offer, what kind of benefits each idea offers you. So jumping in here. So parachains are custom-specific blockchains. Parachains can be customized for any number of use cases and feed them into a main blockchain called a relay chain, considered to be part of the Polkadot or the Kusama networks, right? And Kusama networks. So we can ask this. What do parachains do? This is a more decentralized and efficient means of achieving blockchain scalability. In other words, it allows us to make those changes quickly, right? Parachains allow transactions to be spread out and processed in parallel to the same blockchain or same algorithm over an ecosystem of a specialized layer. One blockchain significantly improving throughput and scalability. In other words, its throughput, in other words, its whole purpose to it, and as it's be able to actually adapt into it, as coming in, adapting onto it, and actually it to roll into and becoming part of now Polkadot, right? So here's what you can do. To summarize this, we did the video a few weeks ago, and we showed what we were going into on parachains. And basically, let's go here. You can come to Parachains.info, and you can go into there's 154 total projects right now that are up for bid. Auction. Auction is not really being auctioned. Basically, we stake Polkadot. We put our money there, our token, our coin of behind this, and we can say, okay, well, it's either on Polkadot or Kusama, and we can like, well, this statement already has fulfilled by the people, by the voice of the people, with enough people giving money to it and saying, we believe this, we think it's going to be good for Polkadot, and this would be a good addition to Polkadot going forward. And you can go through and look at all of these. Okay, there's many of them, 154 of them. One thing I want to show here is how do you actually break down if it's a good idea, a good project or not? Well, here at DeFi Latin America, this is why you need to hit the bell and subscribe right now, please, because we're going to walk you through many of them this year. We already got involved with 3 or 4 of them last week, a couple weeks ago, and we're going to continue to involve every month. We're going to be buying into Parachains. So as we do that, we're going to walk you through it with us. Just briefly here, you can go on here and you can hit this. If you hit one of these, let's say you hit the Akala, you hit Akala, it's going to take you to Akala. It's going to say about Akala. You read what Akala is. Then you can go in here and you can say, okay, what are benefits Akala is giving me? You'll see the benefits here, percentages. Well, I get 20% back of Akala tokens once I stake and once it becomes approved. In other words, once it hits this margin here, it's approved. You go down here, you'll see these are not done yet. Okay, these haven't met the approval yet, so they haven't been approved. Nodal is still there, suffering. It's pushing along, taking a little while to get there. Nodal will probably make it, though Nodal's in competition with Helium, a little bit different. We'll probably actually go into Nodal next week, if not tomorrow. Go into Nodal a little bit. It's got potential, but like I said, it's got a lot of, there's a lot of competition there. So I come in here, I figure out what the benefits are. I can come down here, I can say who's partnered with them, who are their investors, right? So I can then do my research on each one of these and say, okay, well, I like these. These guys have been around a while. They know what they're doing. So this sounds good. Okay, now I'm talking about on Akala right now, right? Which Akala has already been approved, and it's a winner. You see here, it's an auction winner, so it will now form part of the Polkadot chain. You look, if you're not on GitHub, then you're probably you're going to have to take more precaution. The GitHub is where they're going to release a lot of their communications, and GitHub is a sign whether a new idea or a company is actually established themselves. So, but then what I would do, I would go in here and just to summarize this, I can come in here and I can say, well, where am I at? Look at that blockchain. Let's say I want to go with the Kala. What we'll do here is they're a winner. So I want to go into, let's find one here that hasn't yet completed. Where were we on Nodal? Let's find Nodal here. Let's go through this Nodal. So I want to go to Nodal. Let's say I go to Nodal. All right, I'm going to go in here and see if I can get Nodal over here. I'm going to open up. This is going to tell me what I got here. So here I am I'm at the auction, past testing, I'm at the auction stage. So this is the time we can come in and stake, okay? See where it says down here, join crowd loan. Excuse me. Oh, join the crowd loan. Let's go into it. And then it's going to take me, contribute to the Nodal crowd loan. Crowd loan basically investing. I'm going to put how much DOT I'm going to stake here. There's my wallet. Okay, there's my referral code actually. Then I'm going to go through, connect my Polkadot extension to contribute. So I'll check all this off. The referral bonus here, if you're being referred, is 10. There's also minimums. If I'm not mistaken, I think the minimums are at 5 Polkadot for most of them. On Kusama, it's actually a bit cheaper. But this is how you get involved. And then keep your information. Okay, when you get done with this, print this out and keep this, because basically you're going to be now having you can go in your account and you can see in your wallet, your account, and this will start paying you in your wallet. So there's other videos we can do to help you track that. We want to share with you today, starting for New Year's, an area where you can get involved Polkadot and then in the Parachains. They're leading the industry in Parachains, and it's a really good way you can get in. If you look at this real quick, going back to, if I can find here Nodal, if I might find it here, you can get in, you can see the prices on each one of these. You'll see Nodal, we went into Nodal, they got a price here is $9.35 or on the Crust Network, right? And Nodal, You can go in and research each one of these and find out actually what the prices are. And when you do this, I'm just giving you a brief, we'll do another breakdown of this. We did a video already on this. And when you see the prices, you can go into it and then, hey, DeFi IoT Latin America, what? Yeah, DeFi, I'm being told, yeah, I got to cut off now. There's a problem with technical problem. DeFi IoT Latin America, hit below. We're going to go in and talk more about this stuff. We'll show you prices and how you get in for change on the dollar. See you soon.